Good morning everyone. Today our day starts yet again here at Animal Kingdom Lodge, Kidani Village at Sanaa. Now we've checked in, we're waiting, this time it's not breakfast, it's actually lunch. So we're gonna have our bread service, we're gonna have the butter chicken. I'm super excited. Now later on today we are gonna be heading to Magic Kingdom, we're gonna be enjoying our day there, and then we're gonna have dinner at Be Our Guest. Problem is, it's at 5:30, right now it's 11:30, so we are going to be eating like 4 hours after we eat here at Sanaa. So that's gonna be absolutely insane, but I am excited to try Be Our Guest dinner for the first time ever, and hopefully it lives up to expectations. I gotta say, I am very scared for it, especially because I wanted to order the filet mignon, and after yesterday's filet mignon, but first, Sanaa. Alright guys, we're finally sitting down. I gotta say, I love this restaurant so much. It's absolutely beautiful, and having the view of the animals is the reason why I recommend coming here to eat lunch rather than dinner. Like I said in my video, kind of the same menu, slight changes, but the main important things like the bread service, the pochi, all of those things, those are all in the same menu for lunch and for dinner. So biggest difference, you get to see the animals. It really didn't take long to order. We already knew what we're coming here for. In Sanaa, it's like we come to this restaurant all the time, but we always order the same thing because it's just absolutely amazing, and it's just the thing that you gotta order. Bread service as appetizer, and we're going for the pochi inspired entree with that butter chicken. That is the way to go. I mean, honestly, if you come to Sanaa, that's the way to go. Alright guys, bread service is here. These 5 naan breads and the 9 sauces that it comes with are the king of appetizers. I've had some amazing things, like the Wagyu carpaccio yesterday is one of the best things I've ever had. But this bread is, there's just something special about it that it will get me to come back to Sanaa over and over and over and over again, and I could just eat this bread and be completely happy because it's the flavors that you get from it. The naan bread themselves have amazing flavors, and then you put the sauces, it's an explosion of flavor. Then you could combine sauces, different flavors come out of it. It's amazing. It really is, and it's that adventure that you could have with the taste of this plate that truly separate it from everything else. All right guys, entree has come out. I went with the classic butter chicken. Usually when I get something again, I tell you guys, you know, let's see if it's as good as I remember. I don't need to tell you that. I know that it's as good as I remember. I don't need to try it, I just know, because it's just absolutely amazing. It's just as good as I remember. That butter sauce that comes with the chicken is heaven. You get that taste of the curry in there for sure. I think it also has like coriander and other Indian spices, which I absolutely love. You get that all combined. The chicken is amazing, and the best part is that you get 2 meals in one, because you get the chicken, you finish the chicken, then you get the sauce, the butter sauce, and you put it in the white rice, and that's like meal part 2. Absolutely amazing. This is why Sanaa will always be one of my favorite restaurants of all time. Alright guys, so for dessert we have the African triple chocolate mousse. It looks absolutely amazing, sounds absolutely amazing. 3 different chocolates, it's a win-win-win, alright? I'm gonna give it a try first by itself, then I'm gonna get some of those strawberries that are on the side, put it together. Alright guys, the dessert was actually pretty good. The mousse is actually very light, it's not heavy on the chocolate. It has a good taste to it. Combined with the strawberries and everything else, it gets better. I still miss the caramel in DC. I still think that is the best dessert here in Sanaa. Sadly, it's not on the menu, but hopefully they bring it back, because that one was an absolutely amazing dessert. Alright guys, I know I've said this about like 100 times since I've started vlogging, but this restaurant right here, Sanaa, is something special. You know, I've always called it a signature dining location disguised as a table service, and that is exactly what it is. The food quality is absolutely amazing. The flavors that you get from the food here it's something extraordinary. The bread service is heaven. That butter chicken is even more heaven. Like if there was a heaven above heaven, it's that butter chicken. This restaurant will always be one of my absolute favorites on Walt Disney World property because of how amazing of a restaurant it is. The food is great, the service is great, the atmosphere is amazing, you have the animals walking around, the restaurant itself is absolutely beautiful. Sanaa will always take my highest recommendation. It's amazing, and if you haven't been, you are missing out. You need to come over here to Gadani Village, give it a try, because it's absolutely amazing. And now, after an incredible lunch here at Sanaa, it's time to head back to Magic Kingdom, which I am expecting some very, very, very high levels of crowds. Not excited for that part, but I'm excited to get back to Magic Kingdom. It may be in the 70s, I may be wearing an orange bird shirt, but with the decorations still up, it truly still feels like Christmas. But you know, us Hispanics, we actually celebrate Christmas. Like, the Christmas season goes all the way up to the 6th of January, which is el Día de los Tres Reyes Magos, the Day of the Three Kings. That is technically when Christmas ends for us. So yes, it's still the holiday season for me, and it truly feels like it. When you're walking down Main Street with all the decorations and the Christmas music playing, it definitely feels like it, and I absolutely love it. I'm telling you, these relaxation stations are crucial. Alright, just especially in hot days like this, you come, take off your mask for a little bit, get some water, get some jelly beans, sit down, listening to the Tomorrowland music loop while looking at the castle. This is a great spot.
And a wonderful new year! Happy holidays to all of you!
I'm telling you, I am starting to become the cavalcade's #1 fan. I mean, I think that they are a million times better than regular parades, and that if Disney were to start scheduling cavalcades rather than parades, it would be a huge improvement in the park. So, it may be an unpopular opinion, but if it were up to me, no more parades, no more long scheduled parades, just cavalcades all day. It's the best thing ever. Boom! Yes! I saw all of them. That was the last one that I needed to see. And it's so cool to see the toy soldiers marching down Main Street with the Main Street Philharmonic. That was absolutely awesome. I was able to see all of the cavalcades here at Magic Kingdom. That is an accomplishment that I really wanted to get. I'm going to say it yet again. The cavalcades need to continue here at Magic Kingdom and in all 4 parks.
I'm going, Grandma.
First off, I absolutely love the artwork there in that hallway right under Cinderella's castle. When you're coming over here, it's telling you the story of Cinderella. I absolutely love it, and I don't really pay attention to it much. I just kind of walk through there to get from one side to the other. I never really pay attention to it, but it's absolutely beautiful. And if you have the chance, just stop and admire that artwork for just a little bit. But now, me and my family, we're actually heading to be our guest, to talk to a cast member, see if there's any way, shape, or form that we could possibly extend reservation time, like push it a little bit more back, because we are literally eating again in 3 hours. We are beyond full, so that is a lot of food. And the problem was that when I made the reservation, right, Magic Kingdom was said that it was going to close at 7 today, 7 p.m. I mean, it's kind of
brutal to hear that Magic Kingdom was going to close at 7. But then they extended the park hours after I already made the reservation, because Be Our Guest was going to close at 6. I had to make it at 5:50. It was the latest reservation there was. Then they extended the park hours. They also extended Be Our Guest's hours to, if I'm not mistaken, either 8 or 9 p.m. I'm like, okay, well, that's good. I went to go check if there was a reservation. Nothing. And Be Our Guest is possibly the hardest reservation to get in all of Walt Disney World property. So it's gonna be interesting to see if they can. Most likely they won't be able to, but fingers crossed. I love that little part. So we talked with them and they said that there's no problem whatsoever, that we could come, as long as we come tonight, we won't be charged the cancellation fee. So we could come and we could add Ash. So we're gonna come a little later because, I mean, 5 hours after eating at Sanaa, you cannot eat in any other restaurant. So that's a good thing. Bad news is the park is a bit full, so let's see what we do. We might do smaller attractions here and there, but Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, the line started here, around here, right in front of Be Our Guest, but didn't come around to the entrance. No. You had to loop all around Seven Dwarfs Mine Train and then come back into the entrance and make the line inside. So that is quite a line. But we'll see what we do now. But you know what? We're actually going to do an attraction that, like, we never do, ever. The last time that I rode this was last year in August. But me as a family, like, I rode it with Ash and with my friends. Me with my family, I don't think we've ever been on it. It's the Mad Teacups. This ride is special. Not necessarily my favorite, I'll tell you that. Alejandro's joking around, but if he dares turn that disc in the middle, he will regret it. Ask Ashley. Ashley started spinning it as a joke. I just went all out. All right, here we go. Start spinning a little bit. Oh. That's it. Chill. You know what? I am not a fan. I do not like this, and we're slowing down a little bit. Woo! Ellie, how's it going? Why? I am dizzy. I do not like this at all. I don't like this feeling. It could be worse. It could be worse. It could be worse. I could still walk in a straight line and I am not gonna die, so that's good. That's good. Oh man, I am not a fan of this ride at all. And now it's time to go on quite possibly the most iconic show there is on Walt Disney World property, the legendary Carousel of Progress.
There's a great, big, beautiful tomorrow, shining at the end of every day. There's a great, big, beautiful tomorrow, and tomorrow is just a dream away. And there's a dream, that's the start. He follows his dream to climb the heart.
And when it becomes a reality, it's a dream come true for you and me.
And now, in the spirit of thinking about tomorrow, we are going to be riding the Tomorrowland Speedway in order to get another glimpse of the Tron Light Cycle construction. Me and Alejandro, we saw it the other day, but my parents haven't seen it. They just want to drive by, see it again. And I am super excited for that ride. I mean, it's going to be epic. Alright guys, so last time that I was here, it was just vlogging because I was in the passenger seat. But now I wanted to challenge myself. Vlogging and driving. Do not do this in a non-closed environment, alright? Let's step on the gas here. Now I am doing this just mainly because I want to see the construction in the Tron Light Cycle. I seriously doubt much changed since the last time that we saw. But I am super excited for that ride, and any chance that I get of seeing an updated construction, I'm definitely gonna take it. So far I think I'm doing a pretty good job. I haven't bumped into the railings just yet, and we are getting close to the construction. Hey, you see, I'm a good driver. I could drive and vlog at the same time. Woo! Alright, we are approaching the Tron Light Cycle construction. Oh my god. Ah! No, no. I just hit the rail. No. So as I said, this is one of the rides that I am super excited for. It's gonna be epic. I've seen videos of the one in Shanghai. It's gonna be an exact copy of it, just kind of like they're doing with the Ratatouille ride in Disneyland Paris here in Epcot. It's gonna be an exact copy, but the videos that I've seen of the attraction itself look absolutely amazing. It's gonna be an exhilarating, awesome roller coaster and a great addition to Tomorrowland. I'm super excited to see it at night with the electric canopy on top. It's gonna be absolutely beautiful to be walking around Tomorrowland. It already is. So now imagine with an absolutely stunning brand new attraction. The only thing is that it's gonna be absolute chaos in Tomorrowland when that attraction opens. Look at my mom. Woo! But yeah, I'm super excited about that ride. And in terms of vlogging and driving, look, I only hit the rail like 3 or 4 times. So I'm gonna consider myself a professional vlogger and driver. They're doing illegal stuff, breaking the rules. I'm telling you guys, I think the Tron Light Cycle roller coaster is gonna be an incredible addition here to Tomorrowland. I know that Tomorrowland is undergoing a huge refurbishment in terms of retheming and all of that. It's still gonna be Tomorrowland, but like they're changing the columns, they changed the entrance, they're adding Tron Light Cycle, so it's a huge transformation that Tomorrowland is going through. Some things I'm excited for, some things like the sign I'm still so about, but it is a huge transformation, and I think that the Tron Light Cycle is going to be an incredible addition here in Magic Kingdom and in Tomorrowland. It's going to be absolutely stunning at night, walking in here, seeing Tron Light Cycle lit up. It's going to be a great addition, and on top of that, it's going to be another awesome roller coaster added here to Magic Kingdom. I'm excited. So I really hope that, I think it's still slated to open for the 50th anniversary of Magic Kingdom, and my family and I, we are planning a vacation around that time, so I really hope that it sticks to the original timeline and it opens by the 50th anniversary so that we can ride it when we come, because that is possibly the ride that I am most excited for in all of Walt Disney World, more than Guardians. So we'll see what happens. But now we are going to ride Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger Spin. Last time that we rode, I showed you guys all the points that you needed to hit in order to get Galactic Hero. Now today, I'm not going to show you guys, myself, I'm going to try to get Galactic Hero this time. See if I could repeat the ultimate Galactic Hero that me and Ali did last time. So we'll see what happens.
And beyond.
I think I still have what it takes to be Galactic Hero. I'm aiming for those targets that I told you. I could do this. I did not have what it takes. I missed too much in the beginning. Yeah, once I got out of that first room with only 200,000, I knew that it wasn't gonna happen. But I did good, and just trust me, aim for those targets, and if you could hit them, you're gonna get it. So as you can see, Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger Spin, even knowing which targets are the ones that are valued the most and which ones give you the most amount of points doesn't really guarantee a Galactic Hero, you know. It is something that does require some form of training and practice, you know. But if you come here a lot and you keep on practicing, you keep on hitting those targets, it gets to a point where getting Galactic Hero is natural. And then you could actually go for the ultimate achievement, which is double Galactic Hero. You sit by yourself, you get Galactic Hero on one gun, then you slide over to the other one and get Galactic Hero on that one. Now, I have no idea how people are able to do that. No idea. Alright, I could barely get Galactic Hero on one, but I've seen people do Galactic Hero on both guns. So it's possible to get Galactic Hero every time that you come. It's even possible to get double Galactic Hero. You just gotta practice, you gotta know which targets to hit, and yeah, just practice. Alright guys, so something that I have been noticing lately, you know, when we've been here, is that the parks are actually emptying out around evening times, you know, like 5, 6, the crowd levels start to drastically go down. it's quite interesting because when we got here, Magic Kingdom was full. It was super full. I mean, I saw Splash Mountain at 100 minutes, Space Mountain like 70, 80. It was brutal. But now, I mean, the wait times are relatively speaking, they're not that high. I mean, right now we're on our way to the Haunted Mansion because it has a 15-minute wait. That's the lowest I've seen it since we've been here. And it's kind of weird thinking, you know, tomorrow's New Year's Eve. These crowd levels at this time at Magic Kingdom, that's something that's really unheard of, you know? Now, one factor that does play into the lower crowd levels in the rides is the fact that a lot of people come over here to the hub in front of the castle in order to see the castle projections. The same thing happened yesterday when I was in Animal Kingdom. Huge crowds gathering up in front of the tree in order to see the Tree of Life Awakenings. Now that one was a little bit different. Magic Kingdom today closes at 10, so there is more time to see those castle projections. In Animal Kingdom though, the Tree of Life Awakening started around, I think it was like 6:08. Weird time to start, but it started around 6:08 and the park closed at 7. So there was only an hour for everyone to see that. Well, obviously everyone started gathering up, saw a couple and left. That's an armada of ducks right here. Those ducks are Disney icons. But yeah, you know, it's interesting to see, you know, with the crowd capacity as it is, and I don't think I've seen anything saying that the parks have reached capacity, which is kind of interesting because I've been seeing Universal reach capacity. I think today Universal reached capacity at like 8 in the morning, which is absolutely insane. But I haven't seen that the parks here at Disney World have reached capacity. Even more art. Wait. That is an art. I mean, there's just so much going on that I'm just getting distracted with all the Disney magic here, but that is truly magical, and that is an art and a talent. But yeah, that's what I'm saying, you know, the crowd levels being one day away from New Year's and New Year's Eve, right? Seeing the crowd levels this low, it's surprising. It's something that you're not used to. I'm used to seeing like huge crowds, storming the rides and the restaurants and everything. But now, because of the crowd levels being capped out at 35% and you know, social distancing and everything, I don't think that those crowd levels are getting even close. I don't even think Disney's reaching the 35% capacity at the theme parks. And that surprises me drastically. Now here for the Haunted Mansion, the wait time is 15 minutes. It is like kind of looping around a little bit. So we'll see if it truly is 15 minutes. I think it is. So that is awesome.
Welcome, foolish mortals, to the Haunted Mansion.
We are about to board and we literally have not stopped walking. Literally we stopped walking. This is absolutely awesome. Waiting this little on the 30th of December for the Haunted Mansion, it's awesome.
Wherever you dwell, give us a hint by ringing the bell. As long as we both shall live. They pretend to terrorize. Start to shake and harmonize. Restless bones imperialized, rises monks of every size.
I'm telling you, this is an attraction that you can ride over and over and over and over again, and there will always be something new that you are going to find because it's just absolutely amazing. It's such an incredible attraction. Storytelling ability. You guys are probably gonna get sick and tired of me saying it, but the Haunted Mansion right here, I honestly think it is the best attraction here at Magic Kingdom. It's amazing. Well, we actually got a lot of things done. Got more things done than I thought we were going to. But now it is time for dinner at BR Guest. It's something that I am excited for, but I don't necessarily have high standards for it, if you know what I mean. I'm excited to just be back inside of Beast Castle, and I've always wanted to have dinner. I've always wanted to do that prefix menu. I've heard some good things about it, but I have heard a lot of people saying that the food is just alright. Now, I don't necessarily have the highest standard set for BR Guest. We'll see how it performs, but I honestly don't expect much out of it, so we'll see. Alright guys, this restaurant it's always stunning. It's absolutely amazing. One of the coolest things that I know is that the snow that falls in the back of the building is actually the same clip of snow that falls in the actual animated film. Like they got the clip of snow in the animated film, they put it up there. I love this. And for dinner, and now for lunch as well, it is a prefix menu. So you get an appetizer, an entree, and you get the dessert trio. So the appetizer, they have 3 that I was interested in, but I think I am gonna go with the charcuterie board. I've heard good things about it, and it sounds amazing, so I might go with that one. And my entree, bro, if I go for that filet mignon, it's just gonna be disappointing after yesterday's filet mignon. But Well, that was awesome. I wasn't expecting Beast to be walking around. I thought they weren't doing that. But that is super cool. It's not like before where you would go up to him and meet him, but it's just a nice personal touch that does make this a little bit more magical, you know? Guys, the bread service here are huge pieces of toasted baguette. That's it. That's really all I have to say. Yes. Alright guys, there is a bunch of stuff to try here. I'm gonna go with the chorizo first. Which is, yeah, chorizo sausage. Okay, let's give it a try. Chorizo's pretty good, nice spice to it, really nice. Let's go with the jamon serrano now. Alright, so the jamon serrano is actually pretty good. Now, I'm interested, I think this is the liver pate.
What is that?
Oh, the liver pate is amazing. Wow. So far by the meats, I'm really impressed, especially that liver pate. I think the liver pate is the best thing.
Yeah.
Now, let's go with, I am definitely saving that blue cheese for last. I'm guessing this is the cheddar. So I'm gonna cut a piece of it. All right, we're gonna go with this little piece of cheddar right here. Cheddar, hard to cut into, but it's super like creamy. And it is really good. Not that strong of a cheddar taste, thank God. It's not like a sharp cheddar that just, it could be overwhelming sometimes. It's a nice smooth taste. I really like that cheddar. Now let's go with the truffle tremor, which is goat cheese with truffles. It looks really nice. That goat cheese, the truffle tremor, is absolutely amazing. Ale and Ash say it's strong, but to me, it's not that strong. I think it's perfectly balanced with it, like strong and not strong. It's like kind of in the middle. Oh my God, it is amazing the taste that you get from it. Spectacular. Oh man, the one that I have been saving for last. The moment that I have not been waiting for.
A little tiny bit of
the blue cheese. No, I'm going with the blue cheese. And the that accompaniment that comes with it. I'm getting a decent amount. The blue cheese itself, blue cheese is not that strong, but it comes with an accompaniment. I'm not sure what it is. It looks like a type of berries. Let me try it, see if I could identify it. I'm not sure what it is. I'm going with some sort of berry mixed with the blue cheese. It's amazing. All right, guys. So the entree has come out. I did go with the filet mignon. I was
tempted by the lamb chops, but I decided that I was gonna go with the filet mignon. But then I just realized that I'm also ordering a filet mignon tomorrow in Le Cellier, so that's gonna be interesting. But the filet mignon tour. Woo! Anyway, I cut into this. It's cooked perfectly. I mean, it's a perfect medium rare. Let's give it a try. So it just came to me that I actually didn't talk about the charcuterie board. The charcuterie board was really good. I mean, I loved the goat cheese that it was. My dad didn't like it, but I actually loved it. The blue cheese with that berry, absolutely amazing. The jamon serrano, the sausage, the chicken liver pate, all amazing. So the charcuterie board itself, absolutely spectacular. Now let's talk about the filet mignon. I've had two absolutely incredible filet mignons in Shula's and yesterday at Bull and Bear. This filet mignon is flavorless, really. I mean, again, I hate to be the bringer of bad news, especially in terms of Disney food, but it's flavorless. I mean, like I'm trying to find flavor in it. Now, in terms of how it's cooked, I mean, it's prepared well. I mean, it's perfectly cooked, pretty tender. I mean, super tender. I don't have any trouble cutting it at all. I mean, it's hard cutting into it of how soft it is. But this isn't even close of being the best steak I've ever had. Quite the opposite. It's pretty close to the bottom, I'll tell you that. It's pretty disappointing. Alright guys, first off, the beast is about to pass by again, which is really cool. They just brought out dessert. I'll talk about the dining experience later. First, let's look at the beast, then let's try some dessert, alright? Alright, so first one that I'm going for is the dark chocolate hazelnut truffle. Can't go wrong with this, right? Alright guys, so the dark chocolate truffle, super dark chocolate. Really dark, really heavy dark chocolate. I somewhat liked it, it's not bad, it's really good. Now I'm going with the macaroon, which is almond and raspberry. I'm not the biggest fan of macaroons, but we'll see how this goes. Yeah, the macaroon is a macaroon. I'm not the biggest fan of macaroons, so that wasn't gonna work out. But I saved the most iconic dessert for last, the gray stuff. Alright guys, I actually really like the gray stuff. I think I've tried it before, if I'm not mistaken, but it tastes like a whipped cream of cookies and cream, like a cookies and cream mousse type of thing. It's really good. Best thing that there is in this dessert plate. I'm gonna need to break down my dining experience when we step outside. I still need some time to process what just happened, you know, just, you've been warned, it's not good. Alright guys, be our guest. Whew. Alright, let's break this down. The appetizer, the charcuterie board was actually really good, the meats were good, the cheeses were good, everything about it was really good. I ended up liking the goat cheese. My dad didn't like it, but I actually really liked it. The charcuterie, amazing. The desserts were alright. I'm not a fan of macaroons, so I wasn't gonna like the almond and raspberry macaroon. The dark chocolate truffle, it was good. It wasn't the best chocolate I've ever had, but it was good. Best thing that there was on the dessert trio was the gray stuff, that cookies and cream mousse type thing. That was really good. Now let's break down my entree. I ordered the filet mignon. The only good thing that I could say about that dish was that the filet mignon was cooked perfectly. It was a perfect medium rare. But besides that, the steak was flavorless. It had no taste. It was literally like they didn't season the steak. No salt, no pepper, nothing. It was just, here, have a steak that's, sure. The potatoes, the mashed potatoes, because there were two different types of potatoes. There was mashed potatoes and Yukon potatoes, like pieces of potato there. The pieces of potato were beyond undercooked, to a point where I couldn't bite into it. I first went to reach into it, and when I felt my fork, I needed to put pressure to go in. I'm like, I really do not want to try this at all. I just put it in my mouth, tried biting, I had to spit it back out. I hate spitting food back into my plate. I absolutely hate it. I had to do it. I couldn't eat that. And then the mashed potato. The mashed potatoes, the best description that I have, my brother came up with it and my sister as well. It was literally microwavable mashed potatoes that you find in like those, like, you know, those like microwavable dishes, like let's say like the meatloaf and the mashed potatoes that you can find in like the freezer section at Walmart. It was literally like that. Same consistency, same taste, same everything. It was blocky. I picked it up. It wasn't creamy at all. I would pick it up and it would all come with it. That was absolutely disgusting. Both of those things were absolutely disgusting. I didn't even bother with the green peas. I saw the green peas, I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna even bother. After the potato debacle, that's not gonna happen. It's just not gonna happen. I could honestly say that has been one of the worst things, if not the worst plate I've ever had at Walt Disney World in my life. To a point where I honestly would never come back here. It's $62 a person. And it was a horrendous dining experience. Let me put this into perspective for you. Us five, me and my family, here at Be Our Guest, the total was $330. Earlier today in Sanaa, our total wasn't even $140. It's a $200 difference. And in Sanaa, you have far better food. So, look at that. The fireworks going off as I'm roasting Be Our Guest. So guys, long story short, this was a really bad dining experience. I could put this as one of the worst dining experiences I've ever had. But I can tell you this, I think this restaurant was worse than Kona. I think this restaurant, it could potentially be worse than San Angelin, which in my opinion was the absolute worst dining experience I've ever had in Disney World in my life. I'm so disappointed because it's such a beautiful restaurant. And I've come here for breakfast and lunch when they had the quick service. And it was a good quick service restaurant. I loved the food here. I loved coming here. It could get a little chaotic finding a table, but the food was good. The atmosphere is absolutely stunning. I hate it. I hate to say this, but I will never come back here ever again. That is true. This is what my dad just said. The price difference between this one and Kona Cafe is brutal. This restaurant is expensive. It's $62 a person. It's brutal. And my dad said, you know, you put a little bit more and you could just go to Bull and Bear and enjoy out of this world, next plane of existence food. I mean, that's in another dimension. And that's another thing. It's incredible. It really is incredible how yesterday we had the best dining experience ever. And today we have this. When I came in here, I said, you know, my expectations for Be Our Guest weren't that high, but I was never expecting it to perform this bad. I'm brutally disappointed. I really am, and I don't know if it was a bad night. I don't know if it was. I don't know. It was huge disappointment. All right, so my dad is now telling me that his lamb chops weren't any better because there was a lamb chop that he had. Right, it was 3 or 4 lamb chops that they brought. It was 3 lamb chops. And one of them, he couldn't eat it because it was a brick. He couldn't cut into it. He couldn't eat it. And he was saying, you know, lamb isn't that hard of a meat. It's actually a soft meat. To have it be like a brick, you can't even cut into it or eat it. I mean, that is being good at being bad. Guys, I hate to do it, but if I were you, I would completely refrain 100% from coming to eat at Be Our Guest. There are far better restaurants on Walt Disney World property that are far cheaper for far less. You could go to Skipper Canteen in this same park and have an amazing dining experience. But you know what? We're gonna just try to put this horrible dining experience behind us, and now we're gonna ride the many adventures of Winnie the Pooh, like right next to it. So yeah, we're just gonna do that.
He'll never reach that tree.
Follow me! Phew, I almost bounced right out of the ride. Everyone gathered together to say, hooray!
Guys, and to think that the disappointing day cannot continue. They don't have the Peter Pan float anymore. I am heartbroken. the best float in Walt Disney World history is not available anymore, and that just, my disappointment is immeasurable and my day is ruined. And now to somewhat continue this classic attractions thing that we're doing right now. I mean, we only got on one, but Haunted Mansion earlier today, so we are now hopping on It's a Small World. But the line is like all the way over here, right next to the tangled restroom area. This is insane. It says 30 minutes. Let's see how long it actually is. They wrote very cool stories. Guys, traffic. Run that movie. Well, where is Rod? So, all I'm gonna say is that It's a Small World is a classic attraction. That's it. My opinions don't matter. They're not that good. I'm not a huge fan of It's a Small World, really. It's nah. But it is a classic attraction. So, yeah. Alright guys, and now to continue with that trend of classic attractions, we're riding a ride that we really never get on, but right now the park is absolutely empty. So we are going with Peter Pan's Flight. Now I consider Peter Pan to be super overrated in terms of the wait times that it gets. Like, I don't expect it, you know, it's a nice attraction, but to get like the 3rd highest wait time on an average day, it's a little brutal. But right now it's a 10-minute wait, so we're definitely doing it.
Okay, this is just straight up creepy, man. What the heck?
This is the first time I've ever seen the updated line queue. I mean, that goes to show how long ago was the last time that we rode this. I mean, I think they updated this a couple of years ago, like, but it's absolutely amazing. So well detailed, and I love Tinkerbell like flying around in that last bed there. That was absolutely amazing. Wow.
And off we go!
Alright guys, you know, this may be an unpopular Disney opinion, but I personally do not see the hype with Peter Pan's Flight. I don't get it. It's not a bad ride, but like, to get the lines and the wait time that it does, and wait like 1 hour, 2 hours for that, I personally don't see it. And now, to finish off our night here at Magic Kingdom, we go with another classic, Mickey's PhilharMagic. This one is my personal favorite right here. Genie Sings the Blues. This is my second one. Hades Sings Torch Songs. Bro, I would see these. Alright guys, Mickey's PhilharMagic is an absolutely amazing show. I love it. It's a classic. I see it all the time. It's amazing. The only problem is that that 3D effect, the screens and the projections, it really needs to be fixed because the technology is so outdated, and that 3D, it is painful to watch. When I watched Muppet Vision the other day, I'm like, oh, you know what, look, the 3D has the same problem as Mickey's PhilharMagic, right? No, this one's far worse. It gets to the point where it gives you a headache from watching it, but you still watch it because it's an amazing show. So they should keep the same show, just fix the 3D because it's unwatchable sometimes. One, projection. Two, everyone. Oh man, yeah. The park just closed, so we are getting those exiting crowds, which could get really insane sometimes. Oh man, today was an incredibly magical New Year's Eve. That's what I always call it, but it's absolutely... Wait, Alejandro. But today was an incredibly magical day, kind of until we reached dinner, but we'll get to that soon, and then after dinner it was still magical. Today we started off with Sanaa lunch. Sanaa is always an amazing restaurant. It's absolutely spectacular. Every single time that I go, it's consistently amazing. The food is great, the service is great, the atmosphere is amazing. Everything about Sanaa is amazing, and you know, following Bull and Bear, I mean, that right there, you go to... Last night we went to Bull and Bear, we ate there, then we woke up and had Sanaa. Man, those are two amazing restaurants back to back. Then we went to Magic Kingdom, spent a great amount of time there. We actually got a lot done, surprisingly. For being the 30th of December, we actually were able to do a good amount of rides, you know? None of the bigger rides, but definitely some of the classics, you know? Then we had dinner at Be Our Guest, which ended up being quite possibly the biggest disappointment of my life in terms of Disney food. I can't get over how bad it was, and it really does suck that it performs so poorly. You know, Be Our Guest is one of the more popular restaurants in Walt Disney World. To get a reservation, it's almost impossible. It was just very disappointing, and I don't think you guys are gonna be seeing me go back there anytime soon. Yeah, hey, look, me and my family went years ago to San Angel, and we had an absolutely horrendous dining experience. We have not been back ever since. So Be Our Guest performed horribly today, so I don't think you're gonna be seeing me or my family back there in a while, which it sucks because I absolutely love the atmosphere of Be Our Guest. It is one of the most beautiful restaurants in all of Walt Disney World. To cross it off my list, it really sucks. It really does. But tomorrow, New Year's Eve, we got an incredibly magical day planned. We're gonna spend the entire day at Epcot. So dining plans tomorrow for lunch, well, we're gonna be traveling around World Showcase, and we're gonna be eating more snacks of the Festival of the Holidays. Luckily this year, typically the Festival of the Holidays ends the 30th of December because they prepare for the 31st and they have parties all over the place. But since this year they are not going to be doing that because of social distancing and COVID and all of that, they actually extended the Festival of the Holidays to the 31st of December. So they're going to have the booths up. So we're going to be eating a bunch of the snacks there in the Festival of Holiday booths, which I had a lot of great ones. Some not so good, but a lot of really good ones. And there are a lot of other things that I need to give a try. So we're definitely going to be eating a lot of that. And we have dinner at Le Cellier. Now for sure I know Le Cellier is gonna have a great steak, I can tell you that. Last year I had their New York strip, spectacular, but this year I might go for the filet mignon. Yep, 3 filet mignons back to back for dinner. It's the filet mignon tour. But most likely I will be getting that filet mignon unless they have that maple butter ribeye that they had last year. Then that's when things get interesting, because that ribeye was amazing. So we'll see what happens, but I have high expectations for it again. I think tomorrow's gonna be a good day. It really is. And it's New Year's Eve at Epcot, my favorite park. Just being able to spend New Year's Eve with my family here at Walt Disney World, it's absolutely spectacular, so I'm super excited. Thank you for being part of the Disney family, and see you real soon.